Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is your host Thomas Tyree from On the Hot Podcast. By the look of my shirt, you already know what time it is. The bonus content I have for you guys today will be covered in the sport of boxing. And today, in this bonus content video, I'll be giving my fight prediction for this weekend's monumental fight between Gervonta Davis versus King Ryan Garcia. So finally, the time has come. The time is now. And this is the Super Bowl of boxing this year in the calendar year 2023 between Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia. This fight has been years and years in the making, and it's finally going to come true. The dream fight between these two caliber fighters will be coming true Saturday night. This is something that the world of boxing has been waiting for a very long time. This is what these two fighters have been waiting for a long time. To finally get in the ring with each other in the dream matchup. We're going to be seeing that finally Saturday night in the world of boxing. Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia both deserve a lot of credit for making this fight happen. Of course, you guys know the contract negotiations took a very long time for this fight to officially be finalized. It took a few months. Both fighters coming from different promotions. Gervonta Davis signed with Showtime Promotions. Ryan Garcia signed with DAZN. So both fighters coming from two different promotions to make this fight happen. It's going to be scary outcome. I do not see this fight going on for a total of 12 rounds. Someone's zero's got to go. Both of these guys have scary knockout power. And this is it. The fight that we're going to see this weekend between Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia is a good step forward in the world of boxing. We're seeing two fighters in the prime of their careers, both undefeated, both knockout artists, not scared to lose if it's their time to get their first L in their respective careers. This is what the sport of boxing needs. We need the best of the best fighting each other no matter what the circumstances are. Just get in the ring to find out who's the better man, and Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia are going to be the catalyst to do that as well. I believe this is going to be the start of monumental fights coming back to the world of boxing. Kudos to Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia for making this fight happen in the sport of boxing. I'm expecting this fight to do over 100 million pay-per-view buys. Because Showtime and DAZN will be both providing this pay-per-view. So this is the biggest fight in boxing since Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao fought each other since 2015. And this is the first time in the boxing ring that we've seen two knockout artists get in the ring against each other since we've seen the Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder trilogy. So I am expecting big numbers for this fight. Both have a large fan bases. Ryan Garcia has a huge fan base along with Gervonta Davis. So I'm expecting this to do over 100 million pay-per-view buys. And definitely will be an event you don't want to miss. But let me address the elephant in the room before I go any further. And that's the rehydration clause. So Gervonta Davis put a rehydration clause in the contract to fight Ryan Garcia. This is a catchweight fight at 136 pounds, and both fighters have a chance to weigh from 136 pounds to 146 pounds. But by the time that both fighters get in the ring with each other on Saturday night, to me, a lot of people out there have been complaining about this rehydration clause. Ryan Garcia has made numerous comments every chance that he's gotten about this rehydration clause. To me, in my respective opinion, unbiased by the way, I do believe it's fair game for this rehydration clause. And let me explain why. Gervonta Davis is the A side and can make the contract whatever he wants. At the end of the day, if he wanted a rehydration clause, that's what he wanted in the contract. He's the A side for a reason. He's a box office pay-per-view star. Right now, outside of Canelo Alvarez, no one is bringing attention to the sport of boxing the way how Gervonta Davis is right now. So if Gervonta Davis wanted to put that in his contract, make no mistakes about it, he's allowed to. And I think it was a smart move fighting someone that's bigger than you and Ryan Garcia, who has not had a fight at the lightweight division in quite some time. He's actually a 140-pound fighter at this particular moment in his career. So I don't see there should be any excuses. Both fighters are on the same playing field heading into this fight on Saturday night. At the end of the day, Ryan Garcia, if he loses this fight, can have all the excuses that he wants. He put pen to paper, and there's no excuses because both fighters are on the even playing field heading into this fight. And Gervonta Davis knows how this rehydration clause goes as well. He's a former IBF champion in the sport of boxing. If you guys don't know the IBF championship, all IBF championship fights, there is an automatic rehydration clause whenever those championships are on the line. And you have to weigh a certain amount of weight, and it can only be rehydrated up to 10 pounds before you step in the ring. So this is nothing new in the sport of boxing. IBF championship fights are all like this. And we want to get technical about Gervonta Davis having an outing. Nobody ever talks about the fact that Floyd Mayweather had a rehydration clause when he fought Canelo Alvarez back in 2013. There was no excuses for that as well. So I don't want to hear the same energy if Gervonta Davis is victorious. It's not because of the rehydration clause. It's simply because he's the better boxer between himself and Ryan Garcia if he's victorious. And the rehydration clause is something that gets brought up in contracts in boxing. We just don't hear it enough because Ryan Garcia went out there and announced it to the world. But let's move on here. My game plans for both fighters heading into this fight. This is the game plan if Ryan Garcia wants to be victorious against Gervonta Davis on Saturday night. He must fight on the inside if he plans on beating Gervonta Tank Davis, who is a southpaw fighter. He has had success against southpaw fighters in the past. When you look at his fight against Luke Campbell was a southpaw fighter. You look at his last fight against Fortuna, who was a southpaw fighter, and he had his way with both respective fighters. So Ryan Garcia has a recipe of beating southpaw fighters. If he wants a chance to beat Gervonta Davis, he's going to have to fight on the inside. And Ryan Garcia, another game plan strategy. He's got to bring his fast lightning hands that we see him make those TikTok videos, those social media videos go viral with his fast lightning hands. He's gonna have to use that to his repertoire in order to beat Gervonta Davis. It's gonna take more than a casual check left hook that he's been putting up some opponents away. This is not gonna be enough to beat someone like Gervonta Davis, who has shown in the past he is willing to take punishment before he goes in and smells blood in the water in the later rounds. It's going to take more than a check left hook. He's going to have to bring his lightning quick hands, some fast combination strikes to catch Gervonta Davis off his game. And last but not least, my biggest game plan for Ryan Garcia, he's going to have to walk down Gervonta Davis. He's going to have to use his height. He's going to have to use that reach advantage to his advantage to cut off, to walk down Gervonta Davis and cut off the ring and be accurate with his explosive hands. What I've seen in the film room watching him in the past against Fortuna and other opponents, I've seen on the film that Ryan Garcia will walk down his opponents, which he should, because at majority in all of his fights that I have seen, he's been the bigger man in the fights. However, when you walk down an opponent and you start trying to land with combination strikes, you got to be accurate. There's been a lot of time on film that Ryan Garcia's walked down his opponent has not been accurate with the punches. He's going to have to do that if he wants a chance to beat Gervonta Davis Saturday night in Vegas. And this is my game plan if Gervonta Davis wants to beat Ryan Garcia Saturday night. He's going to have to fight coming forward. Fighting on the back foot, I don't think that's going to be the recipe to beat Ryan Garcia, because if Gervonta Davis fight on his back foot, he's allowing Ryan Garcia, the bigger fighter who has the height and the reach advantage, to walk him down. I think Gervonta Davis is going to have to go all in from round 1 to round 12 respectfully and fight forward. I think Gervonta Davis brings more to the table, and he's a more aggressive fighter when he fights forward instead of fighting on his back foot. Fighting toward, and I do believe that fighting forward will win him some rounds against Ryan Garcia. Fighting on his back foot, like I said, will allow Ryan Garcia to be aggressive and collect points on the scorecard. So Gervonta Davis is going to have to fight forward from the start of the fight all the way to the end of the fight to not let Ryan Garcia get big on the scorecards. Another game plan for Gervonta Davis. He's gonna have to use his speed and athleticism and his agility, and he's gonna have to be patient in this fight. Like we've seen Gervonta Davis pick his spots in the past. That is something special about Gervonta Davis. He collects data as the fight goes on his respective opponents, and that's what Gervonta Davis is gonna have to do. He's gonna play He's gonna have to play a lot of defense, with the speed, agility, and athleticism in this fight. Ryan is the taller fighter. Ryan has the reach advantage. So I think it's going to be I think Gervonta Davis is going to have to sit back and pick his moments and be patient during this fight. And it's going to pay off for him if he does that in the later rounds. And the last game plan, Gervonta Davis's boxing IQ is top notch. Definitely has one of the best boxing IQs in the sport today. He's gonna have to beat Ryan Garcia coming in. Gervonta Davis is so smart, disguising his Giselle left hook and having his opponent second guess his next move. It's like he's playing chess out there in the ring with his opponents when he does this. And when he disguises that Giselle left hook, it's gonna spell disaster for Ryan Garcia. If Ryan Garcia catches on to the bait, and Gervonta Davis he's gonna go to work on Ryan Garcia. I think that's gonna be a huge game plan for Gervonta Davis. His best game plan if he wants to knock off Ryan Garcia, because that's gonna land a Gervonta Davis hurting Ryan Garcia, sending him to the canvas, or potentially knocking him out. And let's go into the tail of the tape. So Gervonta Davis is 28-0. He has 26 knockouts to his resume, stands at 5'5", and has a reach advantage of 67.5. And then you look at Ryan Garcia. He's 23-0. He has 19 knockouts to his resume. He stands at 5'10" and has a 70 reach span. So with that being said, after everything I said, this is going to be a huge fight you don't want to miss. I can see this fight being the fight of the year, hands down. It's gonna be fireworks from the start of the fight all the way to the end of the fight. There's no way this fight is going 12 rounds. Both guys are knockout artists, and I guarantee you they both do not plan to go 12 rounds with each other on Saturday night. With that being said, my winner for this fight, I'm going with Gervonta. Take Davis to win this fight. I have Gervonta Davis winning this fight in the 7th round by knockout. He's a five-time world champion for a reason. Being a world champion in 3 different weight classes, Gervonta Davis is no scrub in that boxing ring. His boxing IQ will be the factor against Ryan Garcia. I do believe that his boxing IQ will be the reason why he knocks off someone like Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is very young in his career. He has not been to the heights and to the levels that Gervonta Davis has been in his career just yet. He has not been fighting for world championships. He has not been on the big stage like Gervonta Davis. He does not have anywhere close to the resume that Gervonta Davis does. He's going to bring his boxing IQ, he's going to bring his skills, he's going to bring his wisdom, and all that's going to be too much for Ryan Garcia Saturday night. And there's no better closer in the sport of boxing right now than Gervonta Davis. Once Gervonta Davis sees you hurt, he's going to go in like a shark smelling blood in the water. He's not going to let go, and he's going to go all the way in until he gets the stoppage. And Gervonta Davis, let's talk about it as well. If you guys are saying out there that, oh, Ryan Garcia might hurt Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis has never been knocked down in his career, but mark my words, if watching Gervonta, he's been hit with some clean shots that have affected him in fights. And he is retaliated in the right way by going after, once he gets hurt, then that's when you start really boxing tank. He excels off of that, being hurt and capitalizing. He's a good counter puncher as well. That's going to be Ryan Garcia's kryptonite. I do believe that's going to get Ryan Garcia in trouble. Because if Ryan Garcia connects, Gervonta Davis is a good counter puncher, and he's going to come with something explosive as well. So I do believe that Gervonta Davis is going to be ready for anything that Ryan Garcia is going to dish out to him as well. And one more thing I'll throw out here. Gervonta Davis he's good against orthodox fighters. Ryan Garcia is an orthodox fighter. What does Ryan Garcia have in common with guys like Mario Barrios or Rolly Romero, bigger guys that Gervonta Davis has previously been in the ring with? Both Mario Barrios and Rolly Romero are both orthodox fighters, just like Ryan Garcia. So Gervonta Davis knows how to game plan and capitalize on big orthodox fighters. I believe this fight's gonna go in a similar way. I do believe that Ryan Garcia is gonna start off fast. He's gonna be up on the scorecards for the first 3 rounds, and after that, it's Tank's fight. The longer the fight goes, the more it favors Gervonta Davis. He's gonna pick apart Ryan Garcia little by little, piece by piece. I'm going with Gervonta Davis with a knockout win in the 7th round. But that is my fight prediction on this weekend's monumental fight between Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. But that is all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. This is your host, Thomas Tyree, signing off. And I'll see you guys on next week's episode.